First off, here's my MATC Stormer Pass, just to prove who I am, Patrick Spencer. And these are my note cards to give my speech. So here we go. Many of you probably seen in the news that people from the state of Texas are talking about seceding from the United States. That's breaking off, being one of the 50 states into their own country. As a child, you might have wanted to make pancakes and eat candy for lunch. One of these two things have in common, they're both examples of independence. My name is Patrick Spencer, and this this speech is about independence, a definition of it. The textbook definition of independence is freedom from control and not depending on outside authority. Those freedoms and the authority you're not depending on can vary. We all practice independence in different ways, but it differs from person to person. So while it's easy to define the word independence, the act of being independent can take on many forms and many degrees. It can be simple acts, or simple ideas, and it can be fairly complex. The results of acts of independence, therefore, can range to mundane or life-changing, depending on what the acts are. We start learning independence at an early age as children. If you recall back, or you know someone who has kids, they start testing authority at an early age, and that authority is parents. So children will rebel in ways like trying to wander off in the mall. That shows a sort of independence. It's a way of a child to lash out against that authority and try and push the envelope. Same with a child begging the mother to make them pancakes for lunch. They know that for lunch they're supposed to eat something healthy, but they choose a different direction, and that's where challenging authority comes in. So those are acts of independence as a child. As we become adults, our independence has more significance to it, and we have more opportunities to express it, and they can shape our future in negative and positive ways, and they're more meaningful. The stakes are higher, so to speak. We can choose after high school to go to college, or we can take our chances and jump into a job. We begin to choose whether we want to follow a certain political party or obey what our government says, to not challenge them or to challenge them. We could start a business, or we can work for someone else. Those who start businesses might be performing acts of independence because they're showing they don't want to work for someone else, and they want to make money for themselves and be their own boss and set their own hours and things like that. That's independence. Lastly, independence can take the forms of group independence. A group of people, happens all across the world, unite with a common desire against authority. And one of the things that comes to mind, and many of us are familiar with, is our country's struggle to achieve independence from England. Arguably our most important document in the United States is the Declaration of Independence. It's a declaration that the original 13 colonies no longer wanted to be part of the British Empire. And if that doesn't explain independence, don't know what will. That's a very good example of it. So you can see that during our lives and through different examples that independence can vary in different degrees and different levels. Whether or not it's life-changing or simple acts of independence, we all share acts of independence in one way or another. And there's my speech. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.